This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the best online retailer for Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product. And GatheringMagic.com, the #1 source for Magic the Gathering news and content.
Hey guys, Marshall Sutcliffe here from Limited Resources, doing yet another draft here in Gathering Magic. It is Born of the Gods time, and we've got a reasonable pack here. Some good red cards: Kragma Butcher, Bolt of Kronos, Everflame Eidolon. There's a nice Temple of Enlightenment here. I like that card quite a bit. I even like it in draft. I think it serves its purpose. There's a Mortal's Ardor, Sudden Storm, and a Nyxborn Triton that we might be able to wheel if we do end up in these colors. Probably the Mortal's Ardor will come back and these ones won't, but it's possible. There's nothing super powerful here. The best card in the pack is Bolt of Kronos, but I'm already sick of going into red. I find that it's not as good in Theros, and a lot of people are first picking bolts and Fall the Hammers, and then everybody's fighting over the red cards in Theros, and there's just not that much to go around. So I'm just going to actually just take the value pick here with the Temple and get immediately rewarded. All right, so I'm going to take the Siren of the Fanged Coast here. I actually like Vortex Elemental quite a bit. I even like Sphinx's Disciple. It's been growing on me. I'm still trying to figure out exactly where it fits, but every time I say that, I'm like, oh, it's actually kind of good for me each time. Look, if you're getting ran over, it sucks, and that's a thing that you have to contend with. It's 5 mana for a pretty insignificant creature, but in the other cases where you're not getting run over, it's actually pretty sweet. Ferris Band Tromper is a card I like quite a bit too, but really for me, Siren of the Fanged Coast is the pretty easy pick here. I'm taking that, and I'm not really looking back. All right, this is getting interesting. It looks like I'm not the only one on the ignore red plan here. Here's a third pick, Fall of the Hammer. There's also a Ghostblade Eidolon and a Temple of Plenty. One of the decks that I've been drafting is like a 3 or 4 color list, and that's been pretty good to me as well. And, you know, you can pick up a couple of these Scrylands, and they really help. I mean, you get 2 Scrylands in your limited deck, and you're looking at quite a few cards there. I think the pick here is between Fall of the Hammer. If I want to take Temple, but Fall of the Hammer and Ghostblade Eidolon are the 2 cards that I'm really sort of looking at here. I don't think that Sphinx's Disciple, Crypsis, or Intellect over there are really good enough to stay on blue, or to stay on just blue. Fall of the Hammer is the best card in the pack, and it's a bit of a signal seeing it here, but I did chip quite a bit of red to my left. Not that that's a big factor. Yeah, I'll take the Fall of the Hammer anyway. I think it's splashable, and I don't have to like super commit to red here. I can just sort of take it, have it, and then see where it goes. Nullify is, yeah, that's the card I'm going to take out of this pack. But there's also a Satyr Wayfinder, and if I wheel it, I'll be pretty happy about that. Because that is the kind of the card that makes the type of things that I want to be doing go, and that's really nice. All right, well, this is interesting. There's a Spirit of the Labyrinth here, an Elite Skirmisher. They're actually kind of similar cards. There's even a Pegasus. Nyxborn Wolf catches my eye. There's also a Searing Blood, though, and Searing Blood's really good, and it is obviously in red, and it looks like red's pretty darn open. Now, it's a little awkward because we shipped some good red to our left, and Searing Blood is not splashable. But it might be worth it just to pick it up and go blue-red, though I gotta say, going blue-red does not excite me. That's not where I want to be. So maybe not. Maybe I just stick with the plan and ignore it. If that was the case, I'd probably take the Nyxborn Wolf or the Spirit of the Labyrinth. I'm going to take the Spirit. I'm just going to ignore these red cards. I don't care. I've fallen for this trap too many times, and I might get burned on it every once in a while, but I'll take it. I'm going to take Skirmisher over Sun Guide here. Maybe we end up being blue-white. I like that color combo a lot. We can splash red, perhaps, for Fall of the Hammer. It's a nice complement in blue-white. All right. Fine. I'll take your stupid 20th pick Searing Blood or whatever. Now I think we're going to just be wheeling these bolts and these things. That's just getting a bit silly. I like Asphyxiate quite a bit. Cyclops is just good, but not great. Neither of them are particularly castable, depending on what we end up doing. Yeah, I'll take it. All right, so the Mortal's Ardor came back, but so did Kragma Butcher. We'll take that, but we'll figure it out soon. We could be red-white, we could be blue-red. I find this happens pretty often, though, the first pack. The Born of the Gods pack is pretty schizophrenic. It ends up being not 100% clear where you're at all times. I just hate being in red coming out of this pack. It just bugs me. I mean, look, the cards were there, so we took them, but like, it just feels like a trap. The blue seems to have gone away pretty quickly, though. We got second pick Siren of the Fanged Coast and then Nullify a couple picks later, but there hasn't really been anything since then. So it's pretty up for grabs where we go from there. And we could still be in blue. We could be red-blue. We could be red-white. We got some reasonable cards. We could even be red-black if, if we see some bomby black cards, though. All right. Well, that certainly pushes us in a direction. Anax and Cymede means that, we're probably just red-white from this point. I could also take Battle-Wise Hoplite. No, I couldn't. No. Yeah, we're just going to take this. And here's a Wingsteed Rider now, so we're going to take that. And we're red-white. Yay. Red-white's fine. I wouldn't call it my favorite, but it's up there. I prefer blue-white to it, for example, but yeah, it's definitely up there. And I mean, we had a chance to have another Searing Blood, which I don't think was really a big consideration necessarily, but the Bolt of Kronos pack one, pick one, that would have been good in their deck for sure. We'll see how this pans out. We've got two really good picks to kick things off in this pack, but don't know if it'll hold. I'm assuming that we're not going to see too many red cards. Wow. Unbelievable pack. Phalanx Leader, Ordeal, Dauntless Onslaught, Wingsteed Rider, and God's Willing are all like first pickable for this deck. Generally speaking, I like Phalanx Leader over Wingsteed Rider just because it has a higher power level, like the ceiling is higher. I think that's what I'm going to take here. That is incredible. Yeah, I'm going to take the Leader here. It's just so much more powerful. Like, it just does more. Here's an Ordeal. Wow, look at that guy. I think we're going to be able to kill our opponent before they get to that point. If we don't, then they win. I like Farragax Giant a lot in this type of deck, too. Hyper aggressive. Jeez. We are just going off here. I was stoked on the Dauntless Onslaught, but the second Phalanx Leader? Good Lord. That is just insane. I want to trade these in for Il-Tempered Cyclops because they work much better with Phalanx Leader. Oh my god! What the hell? This is unbelievable. I've never had 3 of these before. Wow. We need more ways to target these things. We got all the creatures. We need to wheel those Dauntless Onslaught somehow. Wow. This is awesome. Normally, it's like you get a Phalanx Leader and you need other creatures to pump. In our case, our other creatures are Phalanx Leaders. Unbelievable. All right, finally hit the bricks here. Messenger Speed. Interesting. I don't think we're going to need to go that deep. We're going to take Ray of Dissolution. Might even main it. It depends on kind of how the rest of things curve out for us here. Whoop. And there's the Il-Tempered Cyclops I wanted. We had to do the quick pick on it there, but we got it. I took it over the, what's it called? The Death Bell Raider. I think that's better. Sorry for this. Excuse my resizing. For some reason, Magic Online often crashes after I've initially logged in for some reason, but then it's fine after that. I haven't figured out why. All right, we're going to take this Arena Athlete here. That's actually a really good pickup. But again, I think the thing that's sort of creeping into my brain here is the fact that we do need some things to target here. We need some combat tricks to make this deck really sing. And we haven't really got them yet. So, oh, sweet. God, that's nice to pick up. Jeez. I mean, obviously those Dauntless Onslaughts didn't come back, but this is a good pickup for us. Yeah, we need to actually start prioritizing things that target our creatures like that, because we also have Anax and Cymede, which is a big one. Akroan Crusader. If we pick up enough bestow things here, that could actually make the cut. Normally, creating a bunch of 1/1s or at least a couple of extra 1/1s is like, it's reasonable but not great. But when you have triple Phalanx Leader, it gets a lot better. But yeah, we need things that target our creatures. We've got 1, 2. Ooh, Chain of the Rocks too? Yeah, I'll take a Chain of the Rocks, like the best removal in the set, or maybe second best. I'm going to hide these two for now because I'm hoping to not have to play them. Probably hide the Warden. Yeah, we need combat tricks. Give me combat tricks. Nope, no combat trick here. All right, well, we're going to take this Temple of Triumph. We've already got plenty of creatures. And we're actually going to be able to play both Scry lands, which is kind of sweet too. Also because they're both white, so they can cast our Phalanx Leaders. Hammer. Wow, Hammer of Purphoros and a Magma Jet. Okay, now it gets tough. All right, kids, this is where it gets tough. So there's a Hopeful Eidolon, a Chosen by Heliod, and Observant Alseid, and there's also a removal spell with Magma Jet. Hammer of Purphoros is quite strong, but I'm going to pass it here. We need things that target our creatures, period. We just need that. Hammer's cute and it's cool, but I don't think we can take it. I'm going to take Hopeful Eidolon here. Yeah, we just need things that target. We're running out of time very quickly to find things that hit. I mean, we've got a few. We're not dead on that, but we need them, like now. So I can't wait any longer. I'm going to take a messenger speed here and pray that we don't have to actually play it. Spark Jolt. I could take a Spark Jolt. I could take a Fire Drink Crusader. I could even take a Last Breath. You can target your own stuff with it, though if you target a Bear Phalanx Leader, it actually does kill it, so that's not awesome. Spark Jolt, though, it does fill that role. We can target any of our things with it. They'll survive, any of our guys. Oh, thank you. I think I'm going to take the Spark Jolt. It's like the worst of our options here. I mean, normally I'd take Fire Drink Crusader over it, but I really, like I said, I'm just super worried. All right, Akroan Hoplite seems really good here. We've got tons of other creatures. Fanatic of Mogus seems quite strong as well. Even Cavalry Pegasus gets us in, I think. Let's see, does this do anything? No. But it gets all of these in. Arena Athlete gets in there. This is actually an interesting pick here. I don't want a Rage of Purphoros. I don't think I want that. I think it's between these two and this one. Probably just the Hoplite, maybe the Fanatic. We actually don't have that many red mana symbols, but it does deal that last chunk of damage, which can be really good. I'm just going to go with the Hoplite. All right, here's the Skullcleaver. That's a pretty nice pickup for us. And we have ran out of time, so it looks like we might be messenger speeding and spark jolting potentially here. We don't need any more 2-drops. Let's just take a removal spell here. I am going to take the Pegasus over this Deathbellow Raider this time, though. And remember, it's got flying too, so that's good with our guys. All right, Portent of Betrayal. Yes, and you are making the cut too, because we can target our own Phalanx Leader with it. All right, I think we scraped through here, kids. Obviously, our high end is absurd. The question is our low end. Like, are we actually doing this? Probably not. I'm really hoping not. Follow the Hammer does. Searing Blood even. Yeah, I'm glad we took that Hoplite there. I like it with the Ordeal that we have as well. Let's see what we actually have here, though. So these are all in the maybe pile. These guys are in. These are going to be in. This is in the maybe pile for combat tricks. This is the no. This is the maybe pile for combat tricks. Maybe. Definitely in. Maybe. Definitely in. Absolutely. Yes. 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 Yep. Maybe. In, maybe. All right, and then this is probably not. We'll probably bring that out of the board, though. In. Yeah, in. Is this thing a human? It's a spirit, right? Yeah, it's a spirit. All right, and then these are all in. This is in. That's a maybe. Rider is in, and that's a maybe. So that puts us at 22 here. But let's see what we actually have. So things that target our own creatures. 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to count that. 4. Bloop. 5. So ideally we'd have 7 or 8. I mean, we can say 5.5 with Searing Blood because in a pinch it can target our own guy, but we need to bump this up a bit. So I'm going to bring the Spark Jolt in for sure. And then the question is, how does this look otherwise? I think it looks pretty good. We could even run 16 lands with this type of deck and not feel too bad about it. We have 2 Scry lands as well. If we did that, we could bring in like Akroan Crusader. I wonder if we just want that messenger speed. Is this the draft where we finally play a messenger speed just because it says red target something? Probably not. I think we're still pretty close to where we want to be here. You could also just run 17 lands like this and just make sure we hit our land drops. I kind of like just playing the second Akroan. I kind of like just doing this, though that does overload us a bit onto things needing to target things and then not having enough things to target, because really we need to fire everything we have at our Phalanx Leaders. We're not going to be able to like target a Crusader, target a Phalanx Leader. Like if we do that during a game, then we just kind of win anyway. This looks pretty good to me. We could get away with throwing in like one more cheap spell and running 16 lands. If we had something like a Dragon Mantle or something, then it would be pretty easy to just slot that in and run 16, but I'm going to run 17. And this thing says 8-7, which I think is correct. That gives us 8 red sources and 10 white sources, and so we can hit these Phalanx Leaders early. All right, let's run it. Let's see what it can do.